All right, let's get going here. It's Eric, the Big E Arnold. Yeah, sure. I feel like a Big E today. I don't know why. It is, what is it? Wednesday around 9:30. We're bringing you a number of baseball picks. I didn't add them up. 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 picks for today. So show's late, but again, it's early in the year. I haven't quite hit that rhythm yet, where I did a lot of this handicapping at 2 in the morning, and I'm kind of like, I'm tired. I'd like to get to bed here before 4:30, and I'm just not going to do it tonight or this morning. So, we're doing it now. And you're probably going to get this late. It'll probably be afternoon by the time this gets up. I got to run out and run an errand here. Believe it or not, I'm actually getting vaccinated. So God help me if I miss that appointment. Next time they might get me in is the 5th of never. So gotta do that. So what do we got? I guess. Well, let's do some old business here. I skipped yesterday. Monday was an abject disaster as far as picks go, and it just wears you out. For you people that maybe are not either have it, and when I say, what do you mean have it? It means you know how to win, and so you don't know what it's like to get hammered repeatedly, and it wears you the hell out. So I took 24 hours off just because I was sad and depressed. Um, so we did that. In the interim, I took my little model and played with it and, just used the picks that it would have normally come up with, which you did not get to see, of course, because I took 24 hours off. And they were all winners. That's how it goes, I guess. You take a day off, they all would have been winners. Um, there's Colonel Peter C wants to know where the big EO-meter is. I haven't done it yet. I just haven't made it up yet. We're out of time. It's not going to be in this video. Ultimately, when we do put the thing up, all those picks that were made off the board that you didn't get to see are not going to be included in there. That would not be fair. That would be cheating. That would sort of be fraud, even though, that's popular these days, I think. So that won't be included. So if you look at just our record of what you see, it's way below 500. Terrible, just terrible. The real record's slightly below 500. So at any rate, that's Monday here. Throw Monday up. I mean, what did we do here? We start out with one winner. It seems like that first game's always a winner, and then the whole, maybe my handicapping, my attention span or something just goes down as I get more into it and more tired because I'm old, and that's when all our games go to shit. But as usual, we start with a winner and follow it up with 4 losers. Um, the Mets, what? How stupid is that team? I don't understand it. Why that team refuses to use Jacob deGrom. I mean, they gave a win away Monday night. Just gave it away. That guy's got to be out there for 110, 120 pitches. He's got to pitch. He has to do it. You could say, well, then he'd get hurt, and then they wouldn't have him at all. What's the point of having him now? He has a below 500 record, I mean, he goes out, he pitches his 6th grade innings, throws 77 pitches, and then they take him out and lose. What the hell good is that? I don't understand that thinking. I wonder if you talk to, I wonder, and I don't know the answer to this. This is a legitimate question. Has anyone ever talked to Jacob deGrom? Is he on the record about this sort of thing? Has he come out and said, yeah, I just, after 70, 80 pitches, I'm done. I can't pitch more than that. I can't get into the 7th inning. I can't do it. I kind of think he has not said that. Maybe he has, but, just terrible taking him out. That guy has to pitch more for the Mets to be successful. Now, we should have known that, and we take a huge kick in the face. That's like 2 losses. That's like getting punched in the face twice. So, yay. And the rest of the night was just, we weren't totally maybe with that Rays game, we were in the wrong place, but I was okay with the Pirates and the Brewers picks. We just lost, that's all. Let's see, what else? Of course, we were wrong about, here we are. We were wrong about the NCAA. I kind of felt it coming, but I thought, well, I've ridden Gonzaga this far. We'll just take them. And they get destroyed. I don't know if they're just not as good as these power conference teams, if they were tired, but Baylor destroyed those guys, destroyed them. In a way, as a homer man, it makes me feel okay just in that Villanova was probably the team that came the closest to beating Baylor. I mean, Villanova had Baylor down 8 at halftime and couldn't close the deal. Much closer than Gonzaga. So, what does that get me? Nothing. But, we play little games like this here in Philadelphia to make ourselves feel better. I added up our brackets to see who had the best worst bracket. I think it was the ESPN Smart Picks. Go figure. As it turned out, they were smarter than the rest of us humans, because they had Baylor winning it all. I was second. I was close. The Baylor had Gonzaga won, I would have won. But then if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. So, and she doesn't. So there you have that. We'll do better next year, I think, with a real year. If we have an actual season without these ridiculous pauses for 3 weeks. I still think that came into play in the tournament. It just seemed to me that way too many teams just were showing ridiculous amounts of fatigue in that tournament, where good shooting teams could not make a shot no matter what kind of shot it was, whether it be an open 10-footer, a free throw, a layup, a wide open three, shots that they were making, swishing, throughout the season. Suddenly, now these balls are clanging off the iron. I keep going back to Wagner and his wide open three at the end of the UCLA-Michigan game, and he airballed it. He hadn't done that all year. So I think that those long pauses, I think that brought fatigue into it, and that's not normally, I think, a factor that often raises his head as much as it did this year. At any rate, baseball note. I saw Nick Castellanos of the Reds was suspended for 2 games. Guess this happened over the weekend, where he was up the plate. The pitcher gets, I guess, 2 strikes on him. Then he tries to break off the greatest curveball in the history of curveballs, and he loses it, of course, and it goes flying wildly and hits a Castellano. Didn't mean to hit him, of course, but that shit hurts. And you're saying, well, it's a breaking ball. It really didn't hurt. Have you ever been hit by a breaking ball? I mean, especially thrown by a major leaguer. Hell, those breaking balls now are thrown 80 to 90 miles an hour. So, yeah, that does hurt. And, this guy's got a hair trigger. So, hits him, he gets mad and huffy and, starts making angry, I'm going to get you faces. Takes his base, doesn't charge the mound or anything. Then he, as happenstance goes, comes around and has a play at the plate. He comes around the bases, has a play where he's just trying to score at the plate on a wild pitch, and the pitcher that hit him has to cover the plate. So, Castellano slides in safely with the pitcher that drilled him in the back, standing right there trying to make the tag. So, of course, Castellano jumps up and makes angry, victorious faces at him. And it was all kind of silly. But, he's Mr. T's all pumped up. Or is that, that's the Hans and Franz, he's all pumped up, I guess. Whatever. So then the bench is empty because he has now broken decorum as far as he's now showing up the other team, and they're all mad. So they all have angry, in-your-face, discussions about the unwritten rules of baseball. So all this, nothing happens. I mean, it's not even pushing and shoving. It's like, God, we don't even push and shove anymore. We just, talk angrily at each other. And then they all go back to their dugouts. And that was it. That was all it was. Like I said, no punches thrown. No one even pushed and shoved. It was just, that was all it was. So now Castellano's been suspended for 2 games because I guess he instigated this meeting out on the field of the discussion of the unwritten rules of baseball. I mean, it's beyond soft. It's so, soft is the only word we're allowed to use anymore to describe soft. So soft is soft, and this is beyond soft. This is marshmallow soft, tissue soft by MLB. Rob Manfred, who is, I almost think there's another agenda at play here because that guy is running baseball so poorly. It cannot be by accident. This is a highly educated guy. How could he? He can't be that stupid. There has to be some other agenda at play here. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he wants to depress attendance down to a level. I mean, it's almost like a plot line out of Major League or Brockmire or something. I want to press attendance down to a certain level so we can move half the league to China, and somehow that'll make them all money. I just don't understand. It's like if something happened on the field with the Castellano incident, which makes you want to watch the game. It's something interesting. And what's Manfred's response? Stamp it out. Punish it. We can't have that. We can't have any emotion in this game. We by God, that's poor sportsmanship. It's like poor sportsmanship. Yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, I just don't. It's something people would want to watch. No one got hurt. It wasn't a riot. No one hit each other over the head with bats. 2-game suspension. Stupid, just stupid. But par for the course for Rob Manfred. All right, so let's keep this moving here so I can get to the clinic on time. Let's see. All right, today's games. That's ringing a bell. My Fair Lady, right? I'm getting vaccinated in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Get me to the clinic. Get me to the clinic. Get me to the clinic on time. That's how it goes, something like that. All right, let's see. We're going to go with the Twins here. I think they're much the best over the Tigers, especially now coming off a loss yesterday. So I think that, the Twins are going to say to themselves, all right, let's not go drop 2 or 3 to these guys. Let's mind our P's and Q's. It's a long season. Let's not let the White Sox get away from us. So let's go out and take care of business on this divisional game. And so we're going to take the Twins there. We're going to say, right now we're on the up-down with the Red Sox. We can't seem to get these guys right. We play them, they lose. We play against them, they win. We're going to try to play them. I mean, they're going for the sweep today. Maybe the Red Sox have finally found something. They've discovered the season has started. So, um, yeah, I'd opt. You could go ahead and bet against this one because I got no rationale whatsoever for this game. I don't know. Don't know. We like the Brewers. I think they've always played the Cubs tough, especially at Wrigley Field. So even money here with the Brewers, I like that. I like that. We're only laying 150 with Trevor Bauer and the Dodgers against the we can't do anything right at the moment Athletics. This feels like a trap. It really does. But and maybe the trap is the baseball betting world figures, Bauer good 2 outings in a row. I don't know. I mean, he looks like he looks like an ace. I mean, occasionally pitches like an ace. He pitched like a super ace in Colorado for 6 innings and then he blew up. But did he really blow up? He had a 10-0 lead. I mean, at that juncture, all this, that pitch to contact, and that's what he did. Now, unfortunately, it was maybe a little louder contact than he would have liked, but I don't know. I think that's a cheap price for Bauer. Um, Maybe this is a trap, but I'm taking it. The Mets over the Phillies. The Phillies aren't hitting. They are not hitting. Um, they faced a very mediocre Marcus Stroman last night. Could not hit him. Uh, who is D. Peterson? I don't even know. Uh, so the Phillies should tee off on this guy, but they probably won't. They're just not swinging the bats at the moment. Um, and then this could be a reverse of the DeGrom game where Nola will be short. The Phillies will, instead of pushing him into the 8th inning and having him throw 120 pitches, he'll be out after 5 or 6, and then you're going to get some swings at some crummy pitchers. Phillies bullpen not good. Uh, Neither is the Mets, but we're getting 137 here, so it might be worth taking a shot. Our favorite game is this Giants game. I think that the Padres, again, Snell, we expect him to be short, so we'll be into the Padres bullpen. The Padres got to be a little depressed with their linchpin superstar injured, and it looks serious. I mean, I swear to God, this new game, I've seen guys pull oblique muscles, swinging the bat. I've seen guys crack their bats, check swinging. I saw Jim Rice and Mike Schmidt do that already, where they swing so violently and they snap their wrist and the bat breaks. I've seen that happen. I've never seen somebody pull their shoulder out of joint swinging the bat. I mean, it almost tells me this guy does have something's wrong with his shoulder. That shouldn't happen. I mean, no matter how strong you are, you shouldn't be able to pull your own shoulder out of the socket by swinging the bat. And I think he's seriously hurt. The ESPN, I read the statement by the general manager, and it sounded to me what he was saying was, hey, we're going to try to treat this with rest and hold off on surgery. Reading between the lines, I read that as he's going to need surgery. Now, ESPN immediately reported as surgery not needed. It's like, I don't think that's what that said, man. I hope he doesn't need surgery because, baseball needs all the young, exciting players it can get. Tatis hurt. Anyway, I figure that's got to depress the Padres. Just has to. And maybe they're just a little down. And now, the Giants, on a quick turnaround, maybe are able to steal one on getaway day. So we're going to take the Giants here. And the run line here, last game in this evening, Yankees seem to have found their bats. John Means was great against the Red Sox. Yeah, go ahead and do that again. I don't believe it. Do it again. And that's why we're taking the run line, because if he does do it again, well, then they're just going to lose. The Yankees are just going to lose outright. I figure you're going to get one of two things here. You're either going to get a spectacular effort by Means and he'll win the game, or he's going to stink and the Yankees are going to put some balls over the fence, and it's going to be a easy Yankee win. So that's the thinking. These are the picks. There you have it. There you have it. We'll have more for you later. Like I said, Peter C., don't worry. We're going to get the big E-O-meter, or whatever. We'll get it together. We just haven't done it yet. And that's all I got. So thanks, good. Appreciate everybody that's been here, is here, will continue to be here throughout the baseball season. It's a long season, so we're not going to give up yet. We're going to keep going. Just see if we can find a rhythm, find a groove, and we'll see if we can solve the riddle that is MLB. Thanks, and good afternoon.